Hey YouTube, welcome to the final part in the old forge rebuild. In this episode we're going to give it a coat of paint and put in the thermal cement. Then we can fire it up and see how she goes. On with the show. I'm just going to give the inside of the drum a hit with this. It's an anti-rust epoxy enamel machinery grey. I actually bought it for working on the tractor. I'm going to use some of it to make this bit up. And I'll use the traditional John Deere green for the outside, I guess. Oh well, I only got the blower done. I ran out of paint. I knew I didn't have enough as soon as I picked it up, and I hadn't checked it before I started the job. So I'll just have to go and buy some more, finish it later on. I finished spray painting this off camera. So the next thing to do now is to put these refractory cement in it. So I've put some tape over the bullet holes, for want of a better word. I know they're not bullet holes, but they do look like it. I've put some tape over them just to stop the cement leaking out, and we're ready to mix some cement and get that in there. The sun's getting pretty hot, so I've elected to come back inside and do this job. I'm mixing up the thermal cement, but I'm going to put some filler in it, make it go a bit further because it's too damn dear to just use. I'm using perlite, supposed to be a pretty good insulator. And I've got some vermiculite. Someone commented that that was pretty good for this job too. Now give that a good mix while it's dry. I've got all this blended through now, so I'll start adding the water. Like everything else I own, this shovel's ancient. It's been around for at least 56, 57 years that I know about. Just a matter of interest, this wooden plate is older than I am. Got the cement in on the bottom. As you can see, we've gone about 2/3 of the way up this coupler. That was about what I intended. A nice thick coupler. I don't think she's going to melt away real quick. Got to make myself a little former so I can put the cement around the sides yet. We'll do that in a separate operation. There you can see the forge in all its glory, all painted up in the workshop colours of John Deere green. I've oiled up all the blower, got some oil down all the oil holes. Goodness knows how many years since it's had oil down there, and it still runs fine. I'm just amazed. Talk about quality construction nearly 100 years ago. As you can see there, I'll just move this around a little bit and zoom in on it. It was made by a company called Rapid in Sydney, Australia. I'm guessing it's Sydney, Australia. There's a few Sydneys around the world, but I'm guessing this one was made in Australia. And yeah, still going strong. Anyway, I'm just going to crank up the blower and have a look at the air coming out. Now hopefully you'll see this. I forgot to take the zinc oxide out of the pipes after I'd welded it. I had meant to run a rag through there and knock out all the zinc oxide, but I totally forgot about it. And I just tried this blower earlier and a lot of zinc oxide came out, so I'm sure there's still some left. Let's give it a crank and see how much air comes out of it. Okay, fair bit of air there. That'll be more than enough to do the job. And since I don't have anything to use the former for the cement on the walls of the forge, I've cut another piece off the barrel that I'm using. The idea is to pull it in like that, make it a smaller diameter. I'll clamp it or rivet it there and then use that for the former and pull it out after the cement's set. And if it won't come out, I'll just plasma it off level and leave it there to melt. And that's it there, pulled in about where I want it. Had to actually pull it in a long way further than I thought. There's one end of it around there and there's the other end there. So that's it, close to 12 inches, close to 300 mil. A lot more than I thought. So that gives me a nice wall thickness of about that all the way around. I've got the central former in here ready. As I said, it's just a piece of the 44-gallon drum that I've cut down, wrapped in so that it's smaller. I've pop riveted it to hold it in place. I've got 3 going in from the outside up on the top, where I can drill them out from the outside. And I've got 3 down here on the bottom. I can drill them out from the inside if I need to, or I can decide to just leave this piece in and I'll use the plasma cutter to cut it down to the right height and just leave it in there to sort of melt and rust and whatever until it disappears. I haven't decided whether I'll leave it there or take it out yet, but anyway, that's the plan. And there's a long shot at it. The sticky is just for compacting the cement when I get it in there. Alright, get it mixed up. I'm going with cement and perlite again for the sides. No vermiculite this time, just the perlite. I've pre-mixed it all in the barra. Now I'm just adding the water and mixing that through. Okay, well I'm almost finished. I've got the cement all in, but I've discovered that because of the weight of this, if it was a fabricated metal unit I think it would be okay, but because it's cast iron it's particularly heavy, and I can just feel a little bit of flex on this side of the drum when I move it. And also if I crank it really hard, you can see a little bit of flex there. That's because it's twisting on this section of angle iron here. A little bit of heavier angle iron probably would have done the trick. But all it is cantilevered off this angle iron, and the only other attachment's into the centre of the drum, so it tends to flex on here, and you can get a little bit of movement on the other end of the drum. Like it's only a little bit over a millimetre, probably about 1/16 of an inch, 1.6 millimetres. So it's not a great deal, but I don't like the idea of flexing on this, so I've cut off a piece of scrap angle iron. It's got a few dings in it, but it just happened to be almost the right length, so I've cut it off and shaped it, and I'm going to weld it in there as a support just to stop that flexing happening. Then I think she'll be ready to use. Give it a bit of a bang around some pipe to get it shaped to go on there. So I'll weld it to the bottom, weld it to the top, and we'll be ready to go. Then I'll have to see about seasoning the cement by building a bit of a fire in it. Okay, I did the welding off camera. I've given it a bit of a paint up, and there's our support in place. I don't know whether this is a good idea or not, but I've got a lot of coke that fell down in the air vent. And of course you got the flap down the bottom to let it out. I decided to make a little mesh guard just to keep the big pieces out, and little pieces can go down. As I say, I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. I'm going to give it a go and see how it works. I imagine that the heat will do it in fairly quickly, but it's easily replaced, and yeah, let's see if it does any good. I'm just giving the forge a bit of a fire up. I can't believe that I can't find out where to buy coke or coal anywhere close handy. I wanted to buy some coke to burn in the forge, and closest place I can find is about 2 hours drive away. Used to be when I was a kid, you could get it just about anywhere, bag of coke. Not anymore by the looks of it. So in desperation, I've got these heat beads. I don't know if they're going to be as good as, well, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be as good as coke as a fuel for Ford, but what I'm wanting to do is cure the cement, so hopefully they'll be good enough for that. Getting good heat out of that now. Still got to cure the cement, of course. I am giving some thought to actually doing a bit of work with it while I'm doing it. I'm going to try the first bend. Don't know whether what I have in mind doing is going to work because I haven't got a lot of leverage on it. I'm hoping that I'll be strong enough or heavy enough to put my weight behind it. Got my heaviest gloves ready for the job. I need to get this red hot. That is really hot in there. I need to make myself some longer pokers in order to manipulate these. Alright, okay, it's getting red hot now. Alright, take my guide wire over, see if he's hot enough to bend any. Oh, good. Beauteous. Okay, next one. That worked well. No deformation in it at all. I was just going to fire this up and cure the cement, but the cement's been sitting there for over a week now, curing by itself. Still getting a bit of moisture out of it though. You saw that there. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed the series as much as I've enjoyed building it. I've already got a number of jobs planned for the old forge, so I'm sure you're going to see more of it in future videos. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for more. Until next time.